morning from the northeast of France. We are here at Walygator Grand Est. This is an interesting little park. 4 roller coasters here that call this park home. We caught the train over from Luxembourg this morning for my very first visit to this park. And most exciting of all, we have a B&M invert at this park called the Monster, which is a clone of Raptor at Cedar Point in the US. So that's a very exciting roller coaster. 3 others to try out as well as a lot of other attractions. This should be a really good day. My first theme park in France. Let's go. The first thing I've noticed here is that this is a very green park. It's very widespread. There's lots of greenery and stuff. The entrance in the car park area was very unkempt, like weeds and rubbish and all that sort of thing. And I think that's just a sign of what I've heard from some other enthusiasts who've been here, which is just a little bit of a lack of investment, which is sad because I'm seeing some things here that are saying, hey, this could be a decent little park. So I guess we'll see. We'll find out what we think of it. We're going to head straight up for the Monster. Now, this is a coaster that I've covered on the channel briefly before because it actually didn't originally open here. It originally opened in 1996 at Expoland in Japan. Famously, a park that shut down after a tragic incident there. And it was called Orochi. And after that park's closure, it relocated here and opened in 2010, I believe. So this is exciting. I'm very keen for this. I'm expecting, I don't know actually, I don't even know what to expect because I don't know how well Park will have maintained this coaster, but it has the potential to be my top 10, so this is exciting. And there she is in the distance, a beautiful B&M invert. Beautiful white track as well. This is the Monster. Alright, so unfortunately no luck with the Monster yet. There's no train in the station and there's absolutely no activity down here, so hopefully that's not a bad sign. We're gonna head just down here instead and make our first roller coaster of the day, Anaconda. This is a really interesting one. Woody designed by William J. Cobb, I believe. I have no idea what to expect from this thing, so this could be either really bad or it could be okay. I don't know. Okay, so this is the entrance path for Anaconda. It's very, let's say, open concept. Like, no fencing or anything. We're just wandering through this. I assume I'm still going the same way. Like, the right way. Kind of see, I think that's the coaster station over there. So, yep, here we go. Anaconda. Just a wee bit of theming. Alright, here we go, Anaconda, first coaster of the day. The operations here seem like they're doing a pretty good job, despite the fact that this is a relatively long ride with only one train. They were moving pretty quickly, they did a good job. Alright, I don't know what to think of these trains. This could be a little uncomfortable. The view of the park as we come to the top of the lift hill. Let's see how this goes. Alright. Okay, Anaconda. It's not good, but it's not bad in the way that I expected, because it's perfectly smooth. It is a perfectly smooth ride, but it just doesn't do anything at all. It's completely forceless. There's not a single moment of any sort of force whatsoever, which baffles me for its size. It's so big, it just doesn't do anything with that. So that's a little bit disappointing. I'd like to maybe get another ride further towards the back of the train to see if maybe there's little hints of airtime in there somewhere, but I was towards the front and there was nothing, absolutely nothing. So that was an interesting experience. Operations are doing a good job. Unfortunately, they've only got one train and quite a long ride time to work with, so they're getting a bit of a line, and that's not really their fault. Thankfully, today I have booked my train tickets to make sure that I will be here from opening until close, so we'll have plenty of time to explore the park and to get some re-rides and see if maybe Anaconda has airtime in the back. In the meantime, Monster has a train in the station, but still no movement there. So we might go towards the other major credit here, Comet, which is a Vekoma Hurricane, and we'll go from there. So this area is like Wild West themed, but some of it's a little bit generic. Like this ride's just called USA Balloons. Accurate. Gold Rush area here. This is pretty cool. Like for a small park, it's quite attentive to detail, definitely. What is this? Here's the entry. We walk in directly onto the loop. That's kind of cool. Gonna have to get a shot from here later. All right, let's go. See the old classic push pedal restraints released with that little foot pedal there. Love those. Comet. Here we go. I'm a little bit worried. These Vekoma restraints are a lot harder than I would ideally like, and I had to be stapled down pretty hard to get in. So this might be unpleasant. We'll see. That could have been a whole lot worse, but it was still not great. Oh, my shoulders. All right, we survived the Comet. So Comet has a really cool little plaza like inside here. It's quite nice. I'll definitely be coming back here later to get some off-ride footage of this thing, but yeah, I didn't like that very much. It's not rough, it's quite smooth actually, but it's the transitions, you can tell it's old school Vekoma, like they did that by hand. It's quite janky. You know, that was fine. We'll probably go on it again. There's one more credit that's definitely open, but I'm gonna leave that till later. We're not embarrassing ourselves with the kiddie credits until it's absolutely necessary. There are some really good flat rides around here. This Zamperla Air Race looks really well themed, and There's also an SNS shot tower there. But we might just wander around and have a look. I know there's a rapids ride here, a log flume here. There's plenty to do. I don't know. Let's go see what we can find. We do have a dispatch on the Monster. Now it looks like it's an empty train, but that could be a good sign. See it going up the lift hill. Could be a good sign that we're about to see it open. I might go down here and wait. Hopefully we'll get on this and then I'll go grab a cup of coffee. Oh, that beautiful B&M roar. Listen to it. Alright, a little bit of patience has paid off. I think we waited about maybe 20 minutes at the entrance, but we are in first ride on Monster. Alright, here we go. The Monster, this is exciting. That's aggressive. That is a really intense ride. Wow. That was fantastic. And to get a front row ride straight up, that's brilliant. All right. Patience paid off. We got front row, first ride of the day on the Monster. That ride is great. It is so good. It's really aggressive. I love how aggressive it is, particularly with the 0G rolls. They are full of whip. They just absolutely toss you. Probably the roughest B&M. No, actually, Insane Speed is rougher. One of the rougher B&Ms I've been on. but it's not like uncomfortable rough in. It's not uncomfortable in any way. It's, wow, that's so forceful. That's top 10. That's probably top 10. Wow. Better than Nemesis Inferno, so it's my favorite B&M invert. Whew. Man, I gotta catch my breath. We're gonna be marathoning that all afternoon. That is such a good coaster, and it is by far and away the best ride in this park. I will already comfortably say, having only been on a couple of other things so far. I'm gonna go and get a coffee because I didn't have one this morning. We're gonna explore the park. I'd like to try the log flume. I'd like to try the rapids ride that I know is here. And of course, we've also got the kiddie coaster still to do. And we'll see what else is on, and then we'll probably spend the afternoon marathoning Monster because that was incredible. So just having a wander around the park at the moment, I want to find somewhere to sit down and have maybe some lunch and a cup of coffee. And it's a really pretty park, but you can just tell that it needs just a little bit of TLC. Like this kind of setup, like this is really nice. This is really such a pretty ride, but like there's weeds and it just looks a little bit run down. I feel like that's just an investment thing, like the park's running on not enough operating costs. I don't know, but it's a nice little park with a bit of investment and a couple of new attractions. This could be a really good park. And this is a cool little area. Look at this. Cute little saloon here. Bit of a line for food though. We'll see how we go. Alright, so pretty basic meal. You could get some delicious looking stuff, but it was very expensive. This cost me like 18 euro for some chips and a sausage and a dessert and some wine. And they gave me so much mayonnaise. But yeah, a little pricey, but we'll see how it is. Right, now to be fair, the quality of the food was alright. The chips were good, the sausage was okay, the wine was good, but I still think it was a little bit overpriced. It's a lovely, warm and sunny day. I've been really blessed with the weather this week, and so that means we're going for the water rides next, and I'm going to head straight for the rapids ride because it looks interesting and it looks like it might actually be well themed. Let's give it a try. A very interesting loading system here where they've got 4 rafts and they load all 4 rafts and then send them into Italy, and then it takes a while for them to come back and then they load them again. I mean, I guess it kind of works. It's just very different to any other rapids ride I've ever seen before. For some reason, this ride has 2 completely different styles of rafts. Interesting.
Maman, t'es prête? Tiens-toi! C'est trop peur. Il y aura la descente aussi. C'est trop peur. Pourquoi je suis allée dedans?
cool. What was that? Okay, Dino Raft. Interesting little rapids ride. That waterfall element was cool, but otherwise the theming was a little dilapidated. Not really there anymore, which is disappointing. But that's kind of cool that they have one, even if it is a really strange looking model. When we got to the top of the lift hill, and you'll see it because I think I was filming at the time, the raft kind of just like jackhammers at the top of the lift hill. It's actually kind of concerning, but you know, that was fine. We're gonna go check out the log flume because we didn't really get too wet on that, and it's a nice warm day. I wouldn't mind a nice water ride that actually does get me wet. Let's try this out as we go past. I love an S&S shot tower, and this one has a pretty cool little queue around it. I like this. Alright, space shoot. You know I love an S&S shot tower. Those things are fantastic, so forceful. And a great view from the top of that one. We're going to head around and find the log flume now because that's probably the last thing I want to get in. Of course, we've got to get the last roller coaster credit as well. And then we're pretty much going to spend the afternoon marathoning Monster because that thing is... It doesn't belong in this park, and I don't necessarily mean that as an insult to Walygator. I more mean that as praise for Monster. It's too good for this park. So we're just gonna marathon it for the rest of the afternoon. Let's find this log flume first. By the way, I just absolutely want to commend the operations here. Operations have been interesting because most of the rides here are really, really low capacity in terms of we've got some long coasters that only have one train. You've got that long rapids ride with only 4 rafts. You've got a bunch of low capacity flat rides. They've kept the efficiency reasonably good with that considered. Like they're quite fast at putting through their cycles. And also just the professionalism and communication. So on Space Shoot and on Monster, I was not allowed to have my GoPro on the wrist mount. I was only allowed it on the chest mount. I came prepared for that. But even despite the language barrier, like I speak absolutely no French and everybody here seems to only speak French. They were just very clear with their communication and there were absolutely no issues with it. So they're really good. They're really good at their jobs. This has been excellent operations here from this park and I have to commend them for it. Oh, here's our log flume. Doesn't look like too bad of a line at all.
Ah oui, c'est le
nice little log flume. Basic, but does the job. Respectable. We're gonna go and get the family coaster credit now. We have to be shameless at one point during the day. Credit's a credit. Let's go. This one's a little bit interesting because I don't know who built it. RCDB doesn't list a manufacturer. I found one source that says Fabry, another source that says Pinfari. Don't know. It's a wacky worm either way, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, here it is. The family coaster. Man, what the... Oh my lord. Jesus, help me. What? Credit acquired. That's as shameless as I'm going to get on this trip. It's a +1, and I hate to admit that I'm one of those enthusiasts. We're going to go around and get some off-ride footage of some of the rides around here, particularly the coasters. So I'm going to take a bit of a break, maybe get another drink, and then we're marathoning Monster. Maybe another ride on Anaconda. Actually, I want to see if I can get towards the back seat on that thing and see if it's any better, but I don't expect it to be. We'll find out. Yeah, no, Anaconda is significantly worse in the back. It's actually rough. potholes, like jackhammers really hard in the valleys, in the back rows. The trade-off is the first drop actually has a tiny bit of force. Good job, Anaconda. You've got a tiny bit of force at one point of the ride. This is not a good video. Ridiculous, man. That's so aggressive. Oh, man, my head is crazy. Man, the monster is just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, it's so aggressive. The inversions are so whippy. I thought Nemesis Inferno was whippy. I thought Insane Speed was whippy. This thing just throws you. It does not care. I am marathoning this for the rest of the afternoon. This is crazy. What a great ride. It's so powerful, insane positives, great whippy inversions. This is just a brilliant invert.
Réalise pas la taille. Même l'Anaconda, il est pas. En fait, ça va. Pas la hauteur. Je pense que c'est la hauteur. Mais l'Anaconda, c'est la même. Là-haut, c'est la même hauteur. Là-haut, je suis pas sûre. Fais-moi confiance. Là, en vrai, je pense. Le constat, il est pas rentable. Regarde. La descente, elle a l'air.
We got 4 rides in on the monster before my 26-year-old Bones said that is enough, because this thing is aggressive, really aggressive, particularly the corkscrews just hit. They don't hold back whatsoever. It's like getting flung sideways. Ridiculous amount of positives too. I love this coaster. It is fantastic. Unbelievable. exhibition here of the history of the park. This is a model of the park when it opened. Wow, that's really cool. Turns out they also had a topple tower here because the park used to be a wallaby park. I did not know that. Well, it has been a wonderful day here at Walygator Park. Obviously, the standout attraction was Monster, and it was always going to be. What a coaster. What an absolute beast of a coaster. And I said it before, but it is too good for this park. Because the rest of the park, look, it's not awful, but it's not great either. There's a lot of things that look a little bit, downbeat. I think there's definite need for investment here. But for a small park, it's okay. There's some decent little attractions, a couple more new attractions and a bit of TLC, and I think this place will be so much better for it. The one thing I do have to say is the staff. They have been excellent. The operations have been fantastic. Everyone's been so nice. I can't commend their staff and operations enough, but that is going to wrap up the day. I have to catch the train back up to Luxembourg. Well, if you get a chance, do come here and visit Walygator Park, particularly for Monster. You will absolutely love it. In the meantime, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's new Coaster Odyssey episodes coming very soon and vlogs from parks all over Europe, so make sure you're subscribed for those. In the meantime, I'll see you next time. Bye.